You always know when you have the right goal because it makes you worthy of it. It makes you uncomfortable most of the time. You see, when you have the right goal, in the end, it's not actually about the destination. It's about the person you become in the process. And today, I proudly announce to all of you, especially those who've been watching my journey ever since I made the decision to move across the other side of the world from Las Vegas to Brisbane, that I have finally realized this goal. I'm currently in Brisbane and I've been here for 2 weeks. And it's been surreal, actually. It's been surreal that I finally have done it. I've realized one of many of my goals. And well, it's not actually about being here in Brisbane, though I love being home. I mean, the nature here in Australia is exquisite. There's no pollution and there's an abundance of birds compared to Vegas, where I only ever saw pigeons. Anyway, I'm here now and I think I wanted to share with you what happened towards the end, because I noticed that as I was going after this big audacious goal, it wasn't sunshine, lollipops and roses. It was actually a lot of obstacles in the way, and the obstacles were there not to frighten me or scare me from doing what needed to be done, but to help me grow as a person. And so I want you to look at any goal you're setting and going after, that it's all about, really about you becoming the best version of yourself. And today I want to share with you a couple of things that happened towards the end of me leaving Las Vegas and what I did when all hell broke loose. One incident stands out, and it was only 2 days before I was meant to drive from Vegas to Los Angeles with my 2 Siamese cats to drop them off at one of the pet relocation companies for them to be transported from LA to Melbourne, where they had to be in quarantine for 10 days. They have now been released. But over the last 3 weeks, it has still been a lot of ups and downs for me to be here in Brisbane, Australia. So today I'm going to share one incident with you that happened, not from a place of doom and gloom, but really I'm going to share with you what I did when there were some unfortunate things that happened at the last minute, and exactly the processes I use to really overcome that obstacle. So the first incident that happened before I left Las Vegas was 2 days before I was meant to drive to Los Angeles. I'd hired a car, an SUV, hired a car a few weeks before departure. And on Wednesday night, I was meant to leave Friday morning. I was meant to pick up the hire car on Thursday at 4 p.m. On the Wednesday night, I was confirming my booking. And I was told, no, we don't accept Visa debit cards. What? Only credit cards. And I didn't know this. I haven't hired a car in years. I was like, what? I don't have a credit card. I've never had to have a credit card for many years. And my credit score was always phenomenal. I just found other creative ways to increase my credit score. And so I was like, oh no. And this happened about 5 p.m. on the Wednesday night. And I went into a full panic initially, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get to Los Angeles with 2 cats and 2 suitcases? How am I going to get there when it's too late to book a ticket? And I've got way too much luggage, and the cats had their own independent crates that they were going to be using to transport them from Los Angeles to Melbourne. They were part of their itinerary to get to Australia. And so when I found out this news, the first thing I did was tell myself, remain calm and relaxed. You see, if you let your inner critic take over, you let your mind go into fear, then you can't think straight. You just can't think straight. So I was able to calm myself down and say, just relax. Everything's going to be all right. I'm calm and relaxed. I then started to say these 3 powerful affirmations that have worked magnificently in the past for me, and they can work for you as well. And this is what I said to myself. Nope, God is the source of my supply. God provides richly for me now. God is never late. There is a divine solution out of this obstacle. I then did some footwork, because you can't just say affirmations till the cows come home and you're not doing any action. So I started to ring other car hire companies to see if I could hire a car without a credit card. No luck. So the next thing I did was I started to ring around. Now, luckily, some of my friends have been Uber drivers in the past, so I rang them. I also rang limousine companies, as well as reached out to certain friends to see if they would drive me. And nothing was really coming through. But I kept saying those 3 lovely mantras. Well, God is the source of my supply. God provides richly for me now. God's never going to be late. All is well. Kept saying this until I'd feel the peace come over me. And then I'd do a little bit more footwork. Ring someone else. An idea would come, I'd ring them. Someone else would pop into my head, I'd ring them. Then the fear thoughts would come in again, and I go, get out of here. God is the source of my supply. God provides richly for me now. God is never late. So I kept doing this process for about an hour and a half. And then I was inspired to have a shower. Like, you've done enough now, Tanya. Just relax. You know, you've got to give the universe, spirit, source, you've got to give them space to go and do some of your heavy lifting for you now. Really, you've put your order out into the universal kitchen. So now let the kitchen do its stuff. Okay, so I had a shower and I kept saying this mantra over and over again. And of course, the moment I popped out of the shower, I got a call. I got a call from one of my girlfriends who said, Tanya, I heard you're looking for a driver. And she is a past client of mine. She said, oh, I'd love to drive you to LA on Friday. It'd be my pleasure. Oh, and and she said it would be lovely to spend your last few hours here in the States with you. I'd love to transport you and the cats. And of course, I said to you, look, I'll pay you for exactly what I was going to pay the car hire people. I'd love to put that towards the gas and what I was going to pay. And she was delighted because she needed the money. So can you see, it was a win-win for both of us? You see, what you are seeking is also seeking you. And so I was able to bless and prosper her, and she blessed and prospered me. And so we left on the Friday, and you won't believe it, she had a beautiful SUV. So everything worked out beautifully, far better than I could have ever imagined, because of my faith, my blind faith in that moment, knowing that the power greater than myself, who I call God or infinite intelligence, source, whoever you want to call it, I just went to living from the end. I acted as the best version of myself in that moment, trusting that a divine solution would come out of nowhere. And it did come out of nowhere, literally within an hour and a half. But boy, did I have to be firm in my faith, right? Really firm in my faith. So let me run through, to finish off this video for you. I want to run through you the process I did, so you can write it down and you can implement it or embody it next time an obstacle happens in your life. So the first thing is, a situation occurred at the 11th hour of the 11th minute that I never saw coming. So the first thing I did was I told myself, remain calm and relaxed. You must remain calm and relaxed, because then your mind can think. Then creative ideas can pop into your conscious mind from your subconscious mind, and you can attract ideas that you can act on. Secondly, I started to say 3 powerful affirmations. God is the source of my supply. God provides richly for me now, and God is never late. I then did some footwork, right? I didn't just sit on my bed and cry and be a victim about it. Rather, I got into some action, doing my part, trusting that God would do its part, her part, his part. But I needed to showcase that I was going to do some footwork. I then kept saying the mantra over and over again. God is the source of my supply. God provides richly for me now, and God is never late. Until I felt the peace. You see, when you feel the peace, you must know that that peace is God taking over. And I knew God had taken over. And then I let go. I had a shower, and I allowed grace to take over and fix the situation. And so this was the process I used in order to create the divine solution to an unfortunate situation. And you too can do the same. So if this is resonating with you, then I'd love to hear from you. Put your comments below about a situation possibly that's happened to you and how you overcome it, or possibly write out what I've just told you to do so you can start to put those ideas inside your subconscious mind so that they will pop up like toast when next time you incur an unfortunate situation. So leave your comments below. Thanks for tuning in. And if you are new to my channel, a very warm welcome. I'm Tanya Pluckrose, and I'm all about helping you master your mind so you can master your life. All right, my loves, I look forward to sharing with you some other miracles that have happened ever since I've left Vegas. Some other delicious divine things that happened along the way that are going to support you to continue to manifest more on the side of positivity than negativity. So stay tuned. Bye for now.